your personality is dynamic and ever evolving and ever changing. And if you're not seeing change, and you're not looking close enough, so I'm just walking to my favorite cafe in town, got my book, The Ascent of Humanity, Charles Eisenstein, and my iPad. You can do a little writing. And thinking about coaching yesterday, one of my clients, and there's what I would call permanent personality disorder, which of course we all have at times, but it just came out. Yeah, that's just typical me, that's just what I do. And I was like, you know, I get that you're acknowledging that you did that thing that you don't want to be doing because it's typical of you, because you have a habit of doing it. You can see that habit and that pattern. But one of the components of the habit, of the pattern, is the story about yourself that it's typical of you. That's just what you do. And so on some subtle level, there is this perspective of self as permanent, not changing, as certain aspects of self anyway that just are. The habitual is just who I am, it's just what I am. It's this idea that you and your personality and your habits are permanent. So I would call that a permanent personality disorder, because it's not actually true. There's no such thing. You believe you have a permanent personality, and that's a disorder. That's an order of the reality, which is that your personality is dynamic and ever evolving and ever changing. And if you're not seeing change, and you're not looking close enough, but it is always changing, but your story about keeping it permanent, about it being permanent, keeps it that way. So yes, it's typical because you believe that it is, at least in part. So the point really is to change your perspective of what's typical. One real simple thing you can do to transition that is to just put it in the past tense. It was typical of me to be that way. It was typical of me to wake up late in the mornings. Now it's typical of me to get up before 5 a.m. every day without an alarm clock. It's just typical now. What do you want to be typical of you? What do you want your new, if you're going to have a permanent personality disorder, what do you want your new permanent personality to be? If you're going to have a permanent personality disorder, at least make it a useful one. Don't just automatically accept the permanent personality. Create a new one, which of course makes it impermanent, but you know what I'm saying. So, what's typical of you? What do you tell people? What do you tell yourself is typical of you? But by saying that it is, you're actually supporting a habit that you don't want to have. Make it was typical. Make it was. What's new? What's the new typical? Much love. So if you like this video, or if you like the idea in this video at least, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, if you're into it, share it with your friends. Why not? Why keep it all to yourself? Tweet it, Facebook it, Google Plus it, whatever you can do, get it out there. And hey, if you want to learn more about creating passion, purpose, and prosperity in your life, and if you want to learn more about becoming a leader in your life, then hit up my website. You can learn more there. Finally, the best insights usually happen down below in the discussion, so leave a comment, ask questions, challenge me, if you will. Share your own story. I'd love to hear. Talk to you soon. Much love.